Assassin's Creed Shadows has recently dropped a trailer, and I watched it, and I have some stuff to say about it. So let's go ahead and do that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna probably have some Warhammer playing in the background because I've been playing a lot of Warhammer. It's an awesome game. You should watch my other video. I'll put the link somewhere around here, somewhere here. You could probably find it, I'm sure. And go and enjoy that. It's my first thoughts and kind of like how great of a game I think it is. So I appreciate that. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Shadow. Today they dropped a trailer. It was the World trailer. What is this trailer called? Let me take a look. Hold up. It's exactly what I just said. It was called the World trailer. And aside from a really weird walking horse, I thought the game looked pretty good. It looks nice. I like it. Graphically, at least, it looks really great. And I know we've seen some gameplay of this game, and honestly, that doesn't look that bad either. It looks a little one-dimensional. It doesn't look crazy, but hey, I'm a one-dimensional guy, so I'm okay with one-dimensional games. That's a joke. The combat looks fine. It doesn't look crazy by any means, but it doesn't look like something I'm gonna like take my time to hate on or anything. But yeah, I get it. Most of you are going to say, but this is pre-rendered footage. This can't be what the final game looks like, yada yada yada. And you're probably right. It might not look as good as this trailer makes it seem like it's gonna look. But I'm gonna, if a cow's a cow, I'm gonna call it a cow. In this game, so far, aside from controversies that have plagued the game, it looks nice. It looks like a pretty good game. It looks like the best 7 out of 10 game I could pick up. So my thoughts for this video are to kind of like react to all of the trailers that have come out for this game. Yeah, the World trailer came out today, but I haven't talked about the previous trailers at all, so I'll kind of mix those into everything I'm talking about. Just like I mentioned, the game doesn't look horrible, but it's a Ubisoft game, and Ubisoft came out with a game earlier this year that also in trailers didn't look horrible, but in practice looked horrible, if that makes sense. We'll go more into that in a little bit. And because it's an Ubisoft game, of course, we're all gonna kind of treat the trailers with a grain of salt. We're not really sure if it's gonna turn out to be a good game. For example, is the open world going to be boring? Is there a point of having 2 playable protagonists? Will they play differently enough to make it worth having 2 protagonists? Will the story be compelling? And will the side missions be boring? I played through Origins, and at a certain point I just stopped doing side missions because I'd much rather ram my car into a wall. And I know not every game is going to be Witcher 3 level regarding side missions, but I feel like that's kind of what games should strive for. They want to be like Witcher 3 level in side missions, right? If you're not there, try to get there. But unfortunately with Ubisoft, I feel like they're not even trying. They're not even trying to aim in that general direction. They're going the opposite direction. They drove past that direction. That makes sense. These are all like serious issues that I feel like we've had with Ubisoft games in the past, and I'm not entirely sold that this game is going to remedy those issues. Man, I remember when Ubisoft meant something. My first Ubisoft game, I'm pretty sure it was Far Cry 3, and honestly, the year that game came out was like my game of the year contender. It was so good. I loved that game. Jason Brody and Boss were just really awesome characters that kind of helmed that game and pushed the story forward. Boss did die a little earlier than I would have liked, but I feel like Jason Brody's whole character arc was really awesome, and I really enjoyed the fact that his tattoos were aligned with like the perks that you unlock during the game. I like the tattoos. They should bring that back. Anyways, I digress. This video is focused on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and despite the plethora of controversies, I find myself in a place of anxiousness with this game. I am both excited and nervous every time I watch a trailer, every time I see a screenshot. I don't know how to feel. I can't shut the voice behind my head up, and it's screaming, "It's an Ubisoft game!" And honestly, the character being a woman, the guy being a man of color, doesn't concern me at all. I can really care less about all the controversy stuff that's going on. I care more about the gameplay, the world building, the story, the stuff that I'm really going to be interacting with when I touch the game, when I play the game. I'm not going to touch it inappropriately. I'll ask for consent. And I think that the biggest concern for a lot of people that may be interested in getting this game is the release of Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, you probably can't watch an Ubisoft video without diving into that topic. But I'm sure you're all aware that Star Wars Outlaws hasn't been a smash success for Ubisoft. Despite the relatively good reviews and a bunch of streamers and YouTubers picking it up the week that it came out, the sales kind of fell flat, and I'm pretty sure Ubisoft stock took a pretty huge dump afterwards. Funny enough, Star Wars Outlaws is currently sitting at a 70% on Metacritic, and Warhammer is sitting at an 83. Now, compare that to the buzz you hear about these games on the internet. Does that really feel like a 6-point difference? I get it. These like numbers don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but just kind of try to put that into perspective. One of those video games is being held as Game of the Year, and the other one is getting clowned on a daily basis. Some of my favorite things to see is the pro tag of Star Wars Outlaw just kind of smacking a stormtrooper in the back of the head to knock them out, and other videos of her just standing in the middle of an area full of enemies and they're all just like missing their shots. It's a really great watch. I suggest you guys go find that. Safe to say the game probably needed some work, and it's kind of crazy because that game had 600 developers involved in it. And after doing some major research, I found that Elden Ring and Armored Core only had 300 developers. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what those developers are doing, but if 300 people worked on Elden Ring, what the fuck are the extra 300 people doing on Star Wars Outlaws? They're definitely not doing knockout animations, I'll tell you that for sure. Fortunately, I couldn't find how many developers were working on Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I saw that they have 15 different studios working on the project, so I'm gonna assume we're closer to the 600 mark than we're not. But as we've just learned, the amount of developers and people who are working on your game doesn't matter. Your game can still be soulless, boring, and unpolished. I don't know if I'll go as far as saying Assassin's Creed is polished. I mean, have you guys seen that horse walking animation? That just looks so jarring to me. I don't know what is going on there. No, to be honest, I'm just a huge sucker for this era of Japanese history. Shogun type of media is always going to pique my interest, so Ubisoft got me there. I fell for that trap of samurais and katanas and ninjas. I really fuck with that. Overall, the trailers look promising. I am still very worried about getting this game, unless Ubisoft wants to send me a copy. I know I haven't posted for almost a year, Ubisoft, but safe to say if I did, I'd be closer to 1,000 subs, and then I may have been worthy to receive a free copy of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Anyways, that is about it. Let me know what you guys think of Assassin's Creed Shadows in the comments. Are you guys excited? Have the controversies affected your decision on whether you're going to get the game or not? And are you going to buy the game? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff that YouTube likes you to do, because it really helps me out and the algorithm and all that good stuff. Also, if you are interested in watching me live, YouTube Live, Twitch, check on my description down below. I'm going to try to start live streaming a little bit more often now, so join me there. It'd be really great. Thanks. Peace.